All right, so I said that my point of doing these videos was so I didn't have to drag my wife into just hearing me ramble on every day. I'm gonna walk and I have her now, so she gets to listen to me ramble,
That's
um,
right.
just ipso facto. But anyway, uh, anyway, I'm actually a little worried that I'm going to eventually run out of stuff to talk about in these, but I want to show you guys tomorrow. I'll try and do a live and share my screen if I can to show you kind of what I've created so far. But yeah, at the end of the day, I got to remember this is for me to track my journey, as well as just because, and primarily because it excites me to talk about this stuff. But some of the things I wanted to give kind of what my immediate goals are as far as kind of my routine, and that is to start next week actually advertising. So I'm trying to get everything set up so that next week I can launch my first course. And the plan is that every week I will be working on the following week's course. And I'm going to advertise the course for 1 week and then take it down. So I've only got one course that I'm promoting at a time. And the courses will be very small, but then they'll build up and I can connect them together. I also wanted to talk about, I mentioned yesterday some of the influences in this, and I of course have to give acknowledgement to Mitmaster Matt. He has some of the best programs, and I look to his stuff in fact, his stuff was a lot of what got me. If you see some of the early videos, well, I mean, even on this channel, where I don't know, I talked very stiff and I had this idea of who you had to be as a martial arts instructor, that you couldn't be that normal guy, you had to be this tough guy. I don't know. But anyway, he's very casual in his teaching, and I really admire that teaching, just being yourself as you teach. And so that's kind of how I'm doing it. But anyway, so yesterday was a good day. I am building out my course on a thing called Thinkific, and it's a free platform initially, so that's nice. But I definitely did one of those because I didn't want to waste the time reading the directions. I wasted like 3 times as much time trying to figure stuff out myself before going back and reading the directions. So there are a few things where it's like, okay, as you're setting up the payment processor and all that. I also went on to, there's a couple sites, Canva and Poster My Wall. I'm starting to lean more and more towards Poster My Wall. So I went on there and built out some cool little graphics, or what I think are cool anyway, and got the first one I'm working on is a course called The Elusive Lead. And it's basically one of the things that, foundational of martial arts is often keep your hands up. But then as you get more advanced, it's sort of that there's one rule for the lion and one rule for the lamb. It's the black belts kind of follow a different set of rules. Well, in Jeet Kune Do, Bruce Lee mostly worked with people that were experts in other arts, and so some of the things that he taught were things that weren't standard practice, and one of them is to actually have that lead hand very active, sometimes up, sometimes down, and some of the options that come to you if you have the lead hand low, which is normally poor form. Anyway, it's one of the unique strategies of Jeet Kune Do, and in fact, a lot of the art was built on the use of the lead hand and being very cunning with that lead hand. So that's the first video series or video course I'm doing, is on the elusive lead. And so I'm excited about that. We've got the videos filmed. They're all filmed with a really nice camera. Today I'm going to be finishing building out. I've got the course all built out, so I'm going to be working on more of the marketing piece, I guess. I'll probably end up refilming that course. Just because as the first course I filmed, there are a few little hiccups I didn't really like, but I want to just get the course out. As they say, done is better than perfect. And this strategy of just doing a little bit anyway, holding myself to every week getting a course out there means I can't settle for perfection, I have to settle for done. And I think it's a good course though. The information's great. There's just little things that I want to fix on it from an aesthetics point of view. Which actually I do want to talk to you about the name that I'm playing with. So I'm playing with the name The Renegade Martial Artist. And the reason why is because a renegade is someone who is an independent thinker. It's somebody that doesn't just conform with the status quo. And if you think about who Bruce Lee was, he was the ultimate renegade martial artist. And, and I think that really reflects not only the training, which is going to be foundationally in Jeet Kune Do, because that's my main art and that's my love, my passion, but also the fact that I'm gearing the training more towards people who train by themselves. And so they aren't affiliated with a gym. They aren't affiliated with a school. And I think that's a niche that hasn't really explored too much. And that's what excites me about it is, I do a lot of my own training by myself. And I have access to a lot of bags, but I like to go train at the park. And so, there's no bags there and stuff. So I've come up with ways to make it work for me. And a lot of the training that I see, there's just nothing out there for people who train by themselves. And yet I think most people do. And so there's a ton of people I talk to who buy all the DVDs and buy all the Jeet Kune Do MP3s and whatnot, or MP4s. And anyway, they know it all intellectually, but then they don't have any training partners to train it with. And so that's, in most the videos out there assume you have a training partner. It shows what to do against a person doing this and a person doing that. And so there's not really a lot of stuff out there for how to train by yourself and with limited equipment. And so that's the area I want to really focus on, because I think that's where most people are. I think most of the people that buy this stuff are either in that space, or they're instructors, or they're just getting additional insight in whatever art that they practice. And I think there will be benefit for those sides as well in my stuff, but I really want to focus on the person who doesn't have a gym. We've had people come in from Bastrop, from like 45 minutes away, an hour away, to come train at our gym or to come do private lessons with me, just because there was nothing being offered. And also, there's a lot of gyms that the vibe isn't good. And so anyway, yeah, so Renegade Martial Artist basically puts the individual first, basically says, look, at the end of the day, it's about absorbing what's useful to you, rejecting what's not. And that means sometimes you don't fit into the gym that is in your area. And so yeah, man, my phone is getting drenched. I hope my phone is somewhat water resistant here, because I'm pretty sure it is, just because how many times I've been on the phone while I'm sweaty from working out. Let's kind of be under a tree here. So yeah, anyway, I'm excited to work on this course. Today I'm going to be working on some of the marketing. I'm also using it as a way to develop my communication skills. I'm using it as a, I'm learning right now. I'm learning how to speak towards, there's a thing, the benefits and anyway, there's talking about what a thing does, and then talking about why that would help you. And I'm trying to get better features and benefits. That's it. I'm trying to get better at, I'm working on communicating benefits over features. And then also speaking, and eventually I'll work on not rambling as much. That'll be one of my goals too. Right now I'm not focused on that. But anyway, I'm at my 10-minute mark. This was a good little ramble for myself. So, all right, bye-bye.